If your home shows even just two of the signs I'm about to share with you, then you need to be very careful, because that could be the beginning of a home silently losing its good fortune day by day. Hello, I am Master Quan. In Feng Shui, the space we live in always reflects the flow of energy running through the household. When energy flows smoothly, luck stays. When it gets blocked, opportunities slip away. And what is truly alarming is that homes which fail to attract good fortune almost always display very clear signs. These signs are often tiny, so small that many people live with them for years without ever realizing they are slowly draining wealth and luck from the home. In this video, I will walk you through each of these signs in detail, explain why they disrupt your luck, how they affect the flow of energy, and most importantly, how you can reverse the energy flow with just a few simple changes. Stay with me until the end, because sometimes just by fixing one small thing, you can immediately feel the shift of luck inside your home. Before we move on, take a moment to affirm a positive intention that will open the flow of good fortune right now. I welcome luck and prosperity into my home. And if you want to keep learning powerful Feng Shui secrets that bring peace and lasting abundance into your life, do not forget to hit the subscribe button and join me on this journey every single day. Now let us go straight into the main reasons why the energy in your home might be declining rapidly, and see whether your house is showing any of these warning signs. Number 1. A home that is too cluttered. When you walk into a space filled with piles of stuff, the first thing that changes is not the aesthetic, like most people think, but the energy flow. In Feng Shui, your home is seen as a living organism, and energy is its breath. The more objects you cram into it, the more that breath gets compressed. This creates a kind of energy pressure that blocks the natural movement of qi. The space begins to feel heavier, denser, and the energy field inside the home loses the openness that is essential for attracting prosperity. In corners that are packed with things, especially old items, energy becomes stagnant. These places turn into dead zones where the qi stops circulating. Items that have not been used for a long time tend to trap smells, moisture, and even past energies, all of which are completely incompatible with a home that is meant to welcome fresh energy, new opportunities, and wealth. The smell from old objects is not always obvious. Sometimes it is just a subtle sense of dampness, heaviness, or discomfort that quietly disrupts the overall energy field. What many people do not realize is that clutter affects your mental and emotional state directly. When you live in a crowded environment, your mind tends to sync with it. People begin to feel a loss of control over their space, which slowly chips away at their self-worth and confidence. Over time, they adjust to a low-energy state without knowing that it is this very sense of settling that pushes luck away. A chaotic space breeds a chaotic mind, and a mind that lacks clarity cannot attract opportunity or abundance. From an energetic perspective, a cluttered house is like a forest floor covered in thick, decaying leaves. Sunlight cannot get through, the wind cannot move, and everything slows down. In Feng Shui, abundance is always tied to spaciousness. Prosperity only shows up in environments where energy is allowed to move freely, lightly, and openly. Even just clearing one small corner creates a pocket for fresh energy to enter. Like opening a window to let in the morning light. That is the very first step to restoring positive energy. Number 2, a home with bad odors or heavy smells. Another factor that people often ignore, but is absolutely crucial in Feng Shui for wealth, is the smell inside the house. A smell is not just a signal to your nose, it is an indicator of the kind of energy present. If your space has an unpleasant odor, a damp smell, or a lingering heaviness in the air, it means there is a form of low-frequency energy occupying your home. These low-energy waves directly affect your nervous system, triggering fatigue, light stress, lack of focus, or a general sluggishness that seems to have no clear cause. One dangerous thing is that the human body adapts to smells very quickly. After some time living in a space with a certain odor, you may stop noticing it, but your body continues to absorb that energy every single day. This slowly drags down your mood and your vitality without you realizing it. And once your personal energy weakens, prosperity has no foundation to build upon. The most common sources of bad smells are very familiar. Unused objects, closets full of old things, pets, trash, shoes, and especially areas with water like bathrooms, sinks, or drains with residue and moisture. Even small issues, if left unaddressed, combine into a kind of heavy energy that sinks to the floor and creates a low, dark, lifeless atmosphere throughout the house. Many people get used to certain odors, especially those from pets, and assume they are normal. But in Feng Shui, smell is a form of energetic information. If the scent is negative, the energy of your home becomes instantly contaminated. Poor air quality means the energy field cannot form properly, and wealth energy, which requires cleanliness, lightness, and movement, simply cannot develop in such a space. A home that smells clean and fresh always feels brighter, more spacious, and lighter. The moment you step in, your body relaxes, your mind opens, and your energy rises. That is the foundation for attracting good fortune. When people feel open, they are more likely to take the right actions, notice new opportunities, and maintain the clarity needed for abundance. Smell is not just about hygiene, it is the language of energy. And if you want your house to open its doors to wealth and luck, start by making your air as clear, fresh, and light as the early morning breeze. Number 3, a house that is dark and stuffy. Some homes, simply by their structure, carry what Feng Shui calls weak energy. This is not the owner's fault, but rather a result of how the windows are placed, the direction of sunlight, or the flow of natural wind. These homes are born with blocked energy lines, and no matter how clean the inside is, the chi still struggles to circulate. When windows are too small or blocked by large trees or neighboring buildings, natural light cannot enter the space. In Feng Shui, natural light is the strongest form of yang energy. It brings life, warmth, and clarity. Without it, rooms become gloomy, heavy, and feel like energy gets stuck in certain corners. People living in these conditions often find themselves sinking emotionally, feeling low, uninspired, and mentally foggy. Many do not realize they are slowly losing motivation simply because they are living in a dimly lit space all day long. Lack of airflow is even more serious. Wind is the legs of energy. If sunlight brings yang energy into a space, wind is what moves it and activates it. A house without air movement is like a body with poor blood circulation. It will always feel stagnant, suffocating, and heavy. When wind cannot enter and exit, the home becomes an energy trap. The surfaces may be clean, but the energy inside cannot refresh. The consequences are clear: morning grogginess, unexplained fatigue, a consistently cold and damp environment, poor decision-making around finances, and a slow but certain decline in the home's natural energy. The solution lies in changing how the space interacts with light and air. Open windows during the brightest parts of the day. Create open pathways for wind to flow through both ends of the house. Install ventilation fans in enclosed rooms. Use mirrors to reflect light into darker areas if direct sunlight is not possible. Once light and wind begin to flow again, the house immediately starts to breathe. It feels lighter, brighter, and the chi moves more smoothly. That is when the foundation for prosperity truly begins to rise. Number 4, a home that never opens its doors. Some houses are built with perfect airflow, windows, and light sources, but the energy still feels stuck simply because the doors are never open. The space is not naturally blocked. It is the homeowner who blocks it. Many families keep their doors tightly shut out of fear of dust, noise, prying eyes, or just for a sense of peace. But that silence comes at a cost. The air inside keeps recycling the same old energy, stale, stagnant, and never refreshed or activated. As a result, the house becomes trapped in a loop of stagnant chi, where every day feels exactly the same and the energy remains lifeless. When doors stay closed, new energy has no way in. This leads to pockets of stale air, especially in areas with little movement, and can even make you feel uneasy in your own home without knowing why. And what is even more surprising is that no matter how beautifully furnished or well-cleaned the house is, that sense of stuffiness will linger. Not because of the furniture, but because the energy is sealed off. The solution here is not about design, but about daily habits. Just opening the doors for 5 to 10 minutes every morning gives your house a chance to restart its energy cycle. You can also use a fan to push the old air out before welcoming new chi inside. If you are worried about dust or pollen, open doors during calm weather or use mesh curtains to protect the space. What matters most is not how long the doors stay open, but that they are opened regularly, every single day. Lightly scented essential oils can help soften the energy field, but they can never replace the act of opening up the house. Oils can relax the space, but only after fresh air has been allowed in. And here is something to keep in mind. Many modern homes are built to be airtight, which makes regular ventilation absolutely essential. A house that is aired out every day will always carry a sense of vitality, bright, open, flexible, and far more capable of attracting luck and prosperity. Opening the door is not just for the wind. It is an invitation for energy, opportunity, and fortune to enter with it. Number 5, a home filled with conflict and negative emotion. Your home does not just hold your furniture, it holds every emotional imprint of what happens inside it. Every argument, every harsh word, every unresolved frustration, they all leave behind invisible energy. And when these emotional patterns repeat often enough, they stop being temporary events and instead become the dominant energy of the space. This is the air your family breathes every single day. If tension is frequent, if family members avoid talking to each other, or if the atmosphere always feels heavy, the home starts to absorb these low vibrations and amplify them. You can clean the house, open windows, light scented candles, but the heaviness will remain if the root cause is emotional, not physical. When negative emotions fill a space, the energy becomes dark and weighed down. This kind of energy does not support people. It cannot bring clarity or provide the environment needed for wealth to grow. Luck only resides where harmony exists. A house full of tension is like muddy water. Light cannot reflect, and opportunities cannot land because they cannot find a point of connection. The effects of this energy pattern are easy to see. Mental instability, a family that feels disconnected, work that never seems to go smoothly, financial opportunities that come and go, but never stick. The most important thing to understand is this: you cannot fix Feng Shui with just objects or furniture. Physical Feng Shui is only the surface. Emotional energy is the hidden layer that determines whether or not prosperity can thrive. So if you want to elevate your home's energy, the first step is to release blocked emotions and restore harmony through small but powerful actions. Speak more gently. Clear misunderstandings before going to bed. Create a habit of listening to each other for a few minutes each day. Change how you respond, not with stress, but with presence. When harmony is restored, the home gains a stable base to lift its energy. And once energy rises, wealth naturally follows. A peaceful home always radiates a certain brightness, the kind that luck is drawn to. Number 6, forgotten corners in the house. In Feng Shui, any corner of the home that has been ignored for too long becomes what we call a dead energy spot. It is not dangerous or scary. It simply means the energy has stopped moving. But this lack of movement is exactly what drags down the flow of fortune in the entire house. A forgotten spot could be a high shelf, the space behind a door, an unopened cabinet, or even the empty area behind a sofa. It might look clean and tidy on the surface, but energetically it is like a pond with no wind, no water flow, and no sunlight. When even one part of the house holds stagnant energy, the overall flow gets disrupted, like a river blocked by debris. The water cannot circulate fully, and the current loses its strength. In Feng Shui, wealth needs movement to grow, so any blocked zone weakens your financial energy. What is more surprising is how many people have these dead corners and do not even realize it, simply because they are out of sight. But these forgotten spaces can slowly drain the home's energy, holding on to old qi and preventing new energy from entering. The fix is incredibly simple. Just interact with the space. Move something, clean the dust, rearrange a few items, or place something bright colored to wake up the energy. The Feng Shui principle here is simple but powerful. Clean a corner, activate a corner of good fortune. When you get the chai flowing again in one area, the energy of the entire home starts to rebalance. The flow becomes smoother, stronger, more complete. A small change like this can often lead to a noticeable shift in how the home feels. Lighter, clearer, and easier to live in. A home without dead corners is a home where energy is full and complete. And where energy is full, fortune becomes strong, opportunities flow in naturally, and luck has room to grow. Activate one spot and you open a new doorway for fortune to step in. Number 7. Colors that weigh down energy. One of the most subtle yet powerful factors that affects the energy flow in your home is color. Every color tone carries its own level of energy, and when a house uses too many dark, cold, or gloomy gray shades, the energy tends to sink. This is a form of aesthetic stagnation that directly impacts the movement of qi inside the space. Homes that rely heavily on black, charcoal gray, cool grays, deep blues, or other dark tones over large surfaces often feel heavy the moment you step inside. Light gets absorbed instead of reflected, the rooms feel dimmer, and the energy struggles to rise because it lacks the brightness to bounce and spread. No matter how clean or organized the house is, the energy field can still fall into a dull, sluggish, and lifeless state. Living in such an environment often leads to quick exhaustion, difficulty concentrating, a drop in creativity, and a tendency to procrastinate. These heavy tones reduce yang energy, dull mental clarity, and strip away the enthusiasm needed to pursue opportunities. And when personal energy is low, prosperity struggles to form or grow. A home that wants to uplift its energy must have brightness, warmth, and the natural spread of light. That is why color works like a fine-tuning tool for energy. The right colors create movement, while the wrong ones cause qi to settle, stall, and sink. To improve the energy, here are 5 tones that strongly elevate qi while keeping the space elegant and modern. Creamy white brings a clean, bright, and spacious feeling, carrying the pure energy of early morning sunlight. Soft, warm yellow creates a sense of warmth and abundance, gently activating prosperity without being harsh on the eyes. Light, warm brown offers a sense of stability and grounding, helping to balance the entire energy field of the home. Olive green is the color of renewal and harmony, refreshing the chai and keeping the environment naturally vibrant. Soft peach pink adds gentle, warm energy that fosters emotional connection and harmony among family members. Once your colors are adjusted, you will immediately notice the shift. The space becomes brighter, your mind feels lighter, your thoughts become clearer, and motivation returns. A home that breathes in the right color will always maintain a strong energy foundation, giving wealth and fortune a solid environment to grow and thrive over time. Now let me share with you the reason why some homes, no matter how beautiful, spacious, or convenient, still fail to attract good fortune. In modern Feng Shui, a home is more than just a place to stay dry from the rain. It functions like a complete energy circulation system, a living body with a constant flow of chai. When this system runs smoothly, the home feels light, bright, and supportive of the destiny of those living inside. But when even one link gets blocked, the energy flow halts, qi gets stuck, and luck cannot make its way in. The energy flow in a house always begins with qi entering. This is the phase where the home receives fresh energy from the outside environment. The easier and more natural it is for qi to enter, the more alive the house becomes. If energy is blocked right at the entrance, the flow is already weakened from the very beginning. Next comes energy retention, the phase where qi is held within the home. A house cannot hold luck if qi enters and exits too quickly, or if it cannot settle into the important areas. Energy retention is like warmth lingering in the kitchen or sunlight filling the living room. It is the feeling that makes people want to stay and recharge. After retention comes energy circulation. This is the gentle, continuous movement of qi that keeps the house feeling fresh and alive. When circulation is smooth, every room feels vibrant and there are no pockets of stagnant energy. This flow helps people feel relaxed, alert, and open to financial opportunities in life. Finally comes the energy elevation. When the stages of entry, retention, and circulation are stable, they build up into a powerful energy field that supports your mindset, emotions, physical well-being, and even your thinking. This uplifting field becomes the true foundation for prosperity, work, opportunity, and long-term luck. A house with strong energy is like fertile land. Whatever is planted there will grow easily. On the other hand, if any of these 4 stages is interrupted, if qi cannot enter, cannot settle, cannot circulate, or cannot uplift, the house enters a state of stagnation. A stagnant house is one where the energy stops moving, the flow gets blocked, and the life path of its residents becomes stuck in repetitive patterns. You may try hard, but results never show. You may work tirelessly, but opportunities do not come. Or wealth may come, but cannot stay. A stagnant house may look perfectly normal on the outside, but inside it lacks strength, vitality, and the foundation needed for luck to form. When energy does not move, the lives of the people inside begin to slow down as well. Like still water that cannot create a current, cannot nourish, and cannot bring renewal. Now that you have seen how a home operates as an energy system, you can also understand why there are places that feel bright and uplifting the moment you step in, while others instantly weigh you down. Every small adjustment you make, whether it is clearing out a forgotten corner, opening the doors to let fresh air in, or changing the color scheme to bring more light, is an intentional step towards shifting your own fortune. Your home is always a reflection of your personal energy, and when you adjust the flow of chai, you are also realigning your own life path. The important thing is not to change everything at once, but to begin in the right direction. Just one activated point is enough to set the house back into motion, and when qi begins to move, luck will find a way in. Think of what you do today as a quiet invitation to prosperity, gentle, clear, and full of intention. And before we finish, say this affirmation out loud to open the flow of good fortune into your home. Right now, I allow good energy and luck to flow into my home every single day. If you found this video helpful, leave a comment, hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel so you can continue receiving more guidance to help your home become a space of lasting peace and abundance. I am Master Quan. I will see you in the next video.